So we would have had like friggin' 10 fire trucks in my neighborhood because this old woman is insane. Hi guys, it's Adria and welcome to Chaos. So it has been a hot minute since I have done a crazy neighbor story time. I think we're a little overdue, like a baby in utero for 12 months, just a little. So the crazy neighbor strikes again. And you know what, y'all, it has reached a point where she is scaring me. She is legitimately scaring me, both for herself and those around her. Like, it's just, it's weird. Is this too bright? I think this is too bright. Let's do this. That's better. Okay. So before we get started, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. That really helps the video out, and subscribe if you want more chaos, because you know what? As long as you are here, you're gonna get it. You're welcome. It's like downloading DoorDash. Like, you know what's gonna happen next. I feel really awkward filming. I haven't sat down and filmed for a little bit. I actually just got back from my honeymoon, so if you would like to see honeymoon vlogs, head on over to my vlog channel. It's just Adria's Vlogs. All right. So I'm actually glad I didn't film this story time before I went on my honeymoon, because something happened while I was gone. That was a little, I could feel my testosterone coming out in that one. Am I ever gonna get into the story? I get really bad PMS, right? And I was looking into it. Right before your period is when you're highest in testosterone. So it's like, if men are mad at you for PMSing, it's like, congrats, you're mad at me for acting like you. So I'm in my testosterone era today, and I'm gonna pop off and I might fight somebody. That's how I know my period's coming. I always feel like fighting someone. I've never been in a fight, but I feel like fighting someone. And my crazy neighbor is really testing me now. So if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen me tweet about how just when I thought I had seen the last of my crazy neighbor, something recently happened. And isn't that always the way it goes too? Like, you think you've finally seen the last of something or someone, you think something is finally over, and as soon as you start to let your guard down and relax, something happens. This is like part of my anxiety. I feel like if I let my guard down, something's gonna happen. And sometimes I get anxious because things are going too well in my life. Can anyone relate to this? When things are going really smooth, I'm like, but what's gonna happen now? So it was just a Thursday afternoon. Brandon and I were gonna go to the gym. Been there once this whole year. The elliptical at the gym, it's a little dusty. So Brandon and I decided to actually work out at home. And so we're just working out in our living room. We're playing I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. Very fitting for me in my high testosterone era. Out of you. Then we get a knock at the door. It's the fire department. A little unsettling. Okay, they are saying that our neighbor said there's a gas leak in the building and that we need to come outside so that they can inspect our apartment, make sure that everything's okay, and make sure there isn't gas. This all sounded very alarming. Brandon was like out of breath at the door, so the firefighter was like, "Are you all right?" And Brandon's like, "Oh yeah, we were just working out in here, I'm fine." They're like, "Do you smell anything in there?" He's like, "No." He comes back upstairs, he explains to me the situation, he goes and changes, puts on something warmer to go outside. We're out the door in a couple minutes and we're standing outside. Now listen, I am one of those people, I get paranoid about everything, right? You ever like have a jump scare, you see Michael Jackson running at you from the corner of your eye? Like, yeah, like I get paranoid, like, is there someone in my house? That happens, I'm okay. I promise, but again, don't let your guard down. Something's gonna happen. That's my brain. I like to err on the side of caution, right? I am fully like, yeah, let's be safe rather than sorry. The pull-out method doesn't work. Fire department comes to your door. Hey, there could be a gas leak in your building. You're gonna be like, holy moly, a gas leak? I better evacuate. I hope I don't get sick. That's what you're thinking, right? So we're standing out there. We're kind of just chit-chatting with the firefighters, and he says about our crazy neighbor. He's like, "Is she okay?" And Brandon's like, no. And explains to him how this is not the first time something like this has happened, how she goes out of her way to inconvenience us. I mean, she has called a plumber here before. She is starting to call the police here before. Like, there's so many things, but this is the first time we've actually had some form of authority at the door. She had the fire department at my door. The firefighter, he's like, yeah, she's saying she smelled something that smelled like rotting meat. She says she feels sick. I look over and I see her sitting in a chair, just like staring at us, glaring at us. And in my mind, I'm like, this This absolute lunatic. First of all, Adria, what if there actually was a gas leak? Valid concern. However, this is all gonna make sense in a second. They're like, we legally have to ask you both this. Do you feel okay? And I was like, yeah, I feel fine. I'm a little bummed my workout was interrupted, but I feel fine. I didn't say that. I'm not a gym rat. After I just claimed I was in my testosterone era, I guess the era's over. Oh, get this I forgot about this. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I wrote this down because I forgot about this. The firefighter told us that the crazy neighbor told him that we controlled the air conditioning in the apartment. Us, Brandon and I. Does that make any sense to any of you? Have you ever lived in an apartment building where another neighbor controls your comfort level with the temperature? You could literally kill somebody by doing that. In what universe would that exist? One of my pet peeves though is when I'm in a hotel and I can't control the AC in the hotel. Like, you want that hotel AC. Hotel AC is like McDonald's Sprite. Like, you want it to just burn your face. But anywho, I thought it was just laughable that she thought that we controlled her air conditioning. Make that make sense. Okay, this is gonna come into play later. Keep this in mind. But I have this theory that she somehow feels as though like we live together in a weird way. Like, because we live on top of her, it's like we live in the same house for some reason. And this will make sense with the second story I have for this video. So just keep this in mind. She's so overly concerned with what we're doing and somehow thinks that what we're doing matters to her. And also, she has lived here, y'all, for 20 years. You're telling me in 20 years, you don't know how to work your thermostat? You're old, you're not an idiot. You know how to work a thermostat. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, you know when you like unplug your grandparents' router and they look at you like you're Elon Musk? You're sending rockets to the moon. There were 2 fire trucks and an ambulance. My adrenaline's kind of going. I'm like, this is like kind of scary. I do have ring footage of the fire department.
She said it smells like roast beef. She said, oh, and then she said you can feel it after a while, but I don't know what she meant. Like, unless it's CO. Hey, how's it going? Good. The neighbor down here says that she's smelling something in her apartment. The fire department's coming out to check. Oh, okay. She's very unwell. Oh, all right.
I love Brandon saying she's very unwell. So they go up into our apartment, they're inspecting, and we're just kind of out there just chit-chatting with the one firefighter. He's kind of just standing there with us. And Brandon was saying like, oh, like anytime the weather gets nice, this is when we start to hear from her. You know, like this time of year after the winter time. It's almost like she hibernates all winter and then spring comes and like she just wants some excitement. She just like wants to start some shit. I don't know. But it feels like this is the pattern. Brandon and I have been here for like 4.5 years now, which is a little wild and honestly kind of regrettable, but the rent's really low. I'm standing there and I'm thinking to myself like, this is baloney. This is insane, right? The moment you've all been waiting for. Adria, was there a gas leak? Adria, what happened? What was it? Let me let you in on something. There are not any gas appliances in this entire apartment building. We don't have a gas line here. So unless the woman who doesn't even know how to work a thermostat has a generator in her house, I don't think there is a gas leak. We tell the fire department this, that we don't have gas appliances. Feels like some information worth noting, wouldn't you agree? This only added to the rage. Cause listen, if we actually had gas appliances here, 1000%, I'd be like, let's be safe rather than sorry, like call the fire department. It's so weird that this happened because literally a few days before this, I was in the living room and I was like closing my windows and I was like, it smells like meaty in here. Like and I instantly thought like, oh, what if it's gas or something? But then I was like, oh, wait, we don't have gas here. So that settles that. All it would have taken would be for her to text the landlord, hey, do we have any apartments here with gas appliances? Landlord would have said no. Could have saved the entire fire department of our town from coming to our neighborhood. And they told us they were literally going to send fire trucks from all these other counties too. Because they get a call, oh, there could be a gas leak in an apartment. So they're thinking like, oh, how big is the apartment complex? How many units are we talking here? How many people? They were going to send all of these counties. They were gonna send like 5 different counties here. So we would have had like friggin' 10 fire trucks in my neighborhood because this old woman is insane. And like, listen, y'all, this is genuinely so scary because can you imagine feeling like this, being this scared? Like, this is an old woman who clearly is not all here, living by herself, scaring herself. This is not good. I mean, and she really does not look well nowadays. Like, it's so stupid. Like, whenever I see like a sweet old lady anywhere else, I'm just like, why couldn't that be my neighbor? Why? It's actually laughable. I spent weeks apartment hunting for this place, right? I finally find a place like, oh, this is like a nice place. It was affordable. It was clean. It was big. It was in the location I want. Like, it was everything. It was like perfect, right? If it seems too good to be true, it definitely is. Yeah. Then I'm texting the landlord. I said, Betsy called the fire department saying there's a gas leak here. Thought I'd let you know before she does, because the fire department was telling us to text the landlord. They're like, she's saying she's gonna call them. Shocker. He's like, I suggest you know, let the landlord know before she does. This was on Thursday. The landlord didn't text me back till Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Sunday morning, which I thought was a little strange. Anywho, she wrote, thanks. There's no gas there. It's all electric, LOL. And I said, that's what we told the fire department because I'm tired, y'all. I am tired, y'all. Every single day I wake up and it's like, what's gonna happen next? It's like I live in a sitcom drama. I don't know. Like, I'm just waiting. Like, what's gonna happen? It makes me edgy. I don't know how you live somewhere for 20 freaking years and you don't know, do I have gas or electric? Do my neighbors control my thermostat? Like, it's like she's doing stuff and saying things just to bother us and or get us in trouble. So fast forward to a couple weeks later, Brandon and I are leaving for our honeymoon. So, you know, obviously we're psyched, we're happy. So we're about to leave for the airport, right? Listen, I know there's memes about this. Oh, I can't leave my house while my neighbor is outside. I know it's not just me. One of our neighbors smokes cigarettes and is outside a lot. Like, I'll just wait a second for you to go in. I don't know. It's like, it really doesn't matter, but there's something about feeling like people are just like watching me leave my house. It's just like, when I buy a house one day, I would like to have no neighbors. I can't even say this without laughing. As we were standing there just kind of like waiting around, we start to hear Betsy going off next to us because we're at the bottom of our staircase, right? Now we're not above her upstairs in our apartment. We're like down by the front door in the stairs, you know? So she's just on the other side of this wall. She is screaming. And I kid you not, it's 8:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. I do like that meme, it's 7 in the morning.
It's 7 in the morning.
Then we see the smoking neighbor get up and go inside and we're just laughing because we're like, oh, you know, because crazy's going off. It's like, I'm out of here. We're like, let's just go. We wanted to wait for her to stop screaming, but you know, we're on a time crunch here. So we get going. She's screaming at her door. I don't know what she's yelling at us. She's pissed off, insufferable, to be honest. We're in the car, we're driving. I'm on the phone with my mom. And next thing I know, I get a notification that there's someone at my front door on my Ring app. If you have a Ring doorbell, you probably get a lot of these, you know, if you have like a high traffic area. So I see the little thumbnail, right? And here I see Betsy in front of the door and I'm like, oh dear God. I haven't even been gone for 10 minutes. I haven't even been gone a day. Like, she always seems to do this when Brandon and I go away. I've noticed this. So many of my Ring doorbell clips of her are when we are out of town, when we are away. So it's like she knows we're gone and like, oh, let me just start some shit. It's like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna play this clip for you and then we're gonna dissect it together because we might need some context. She is nitpicking our outdoor area in this clip. So let's just watch her.
Be a pittance and it would be so worth it for them. But they don't get that yet. Instead, they get an electronic doorbell, which is really alright. Those bricks would be, actually, they'd probably give them to you free. Then do you see other years how this would be? That will be the rosemary bush. That's the perennial, so it wouldn't be dirt. It will be green year round, and it would keep someone from tripping in front of them. And that, get rid of that goddamn trash can in those buckets. You either plant something in these pots or get rid of them, and you bring the bricks out to here so that you don't have to weed, down to the air conditioner so you don't have to weed and they don't have to mow around you, and you have a nice little patio to set the chairs out on, and it would be a pit.
You ever go on vacation and you come home and you're just like, my normal life sucks? I went from a tropical paradise to my neighbor screaming about my GD trash can.
Get rid of that goddamn trash can.
What a life. Old people literally need to just like calm down.
Just chill out. You know, drink a 7-Up, eat a moon pie.
Our apartments, there are a lot of buildings. They either have like concrete on the side of the house, they have bricks, or they have fences, an area for your trash can, right? Trash cans, recycling cans, there's an area for the cans. We have this little brick section for our trash. She wants us to get bricks, extend that little patch into like a full-blown patio. We actually just had to get a brand new trash can because our other one broke. So it's not even like we have like this hideous old disgusting trash can. We have a brand new clean trash can. Ma'am, those bricks outside are not a patio. Bricks do not equal patio. It is a little slab on the ground for my trash can to sit on. That is what that is. I'm not gonna convert it into a seating area. I rent this place. And she was saying in there, they could probably get it for free. Like, or like, you think the landlord is going to supply me with a pallet of bricks to give the outside a makeup? Like, are you kidding? Okay, yeah, like a landlord may, like, oh hey, I want to add a little patio area. Like, sure, they'd probably be okay with that, but I don't think they would supply me with the bricks. That'd be like asking your landlord permission to paint your living room, and they're like, oh, okay, and you're like, oh, well, can you buy me the paint? They'd be like, no, you don't need that, so no. I think her saying to get rid of the GD trash can pissed me off the worst. It's like, so you would rather me have mountains of trash bags sitting in my house or sitting outside, which to me is way uglier than having a trash can. She doesn't have a trash can. Like, I just realized she doesn't have a trash can. She struts her little walker out to the curb with her bag each week. She has one bag, right? It's like, because you're an old woman, you eat your friggin' 2 drumsticks a day. How much trash could you possibly make? You're eating rotten meat and calling the fire department. I don't think you're making a lot of trash. Anyone else notice their grandparents don't really like eat? They literally like pick at food. Of course you have one bag of trash a week. We used to have 2 trash days a week, but they changed it. Maybe the no can thing would have worked in a different time when we had 2 trash pickups, but now we only have 1. You know what bothers me the most is like, why in the actual hell do you care? Why do you care?
Back up! Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
I literally do not care what my neighbors are doing. I do not care what they're doing. I don't care what their house looks like. I don't care what their front yard looks like. Also, we just got into spring after winter. It's very common in the wintertime for people to have empty plants outside, empty pots of plants. I don't have a garage. If I had a garage, I would put my empty planters in the garage, but I don't. I just leave them there. And to be fair, I do want to plant flowers. I have empty pots. Sue me. Sue me. Jasper the doll. Sue me. I can't. And they'd rather spend money on electronic doorbells.
Says they get an electronic doorbell.
They'd rather buy electronic doorbells than buy a pallet of bricks to make a patio on a property that they rent. And I make their life a living hell, so why wouldn't they want to sit outside on chairs and talk to me? Yes, I would rather spend money on electronic doorbells because of you. Because of you, I can't buy myself a patio. Adria, calm down. You really think I want to build a patio? Right there where you can come out and harass me? You're trying to trap me. Alright, so I'm at Home Depot. Here are the pallets of bricks to build my patio to appease the neighbor. It's looking a little 68 cents per brick. That could add up. Might be a no from me. She's so mad. She's so mad that we don't do exactly what she wants. Why do you live in this fantasy world where it's like our properties are like somehow the same thing? And it's not even like she has to look at my front door. I'm sorry, I got a little heated in this, you guys. She brings a rage out of me that I didn't even know I had, to be honest. Let me know in the comments what you make of this, what this seems like to you, because to me, this seems like someone that can't mind her own business, is so freaking bored. She has to like go out of her way to bother other people. Her just standing there and talking to our Ring doorbell was just honestly really cringe. Like, what are you doing? Is this your vlog? Are you vlogging on my Ring? I think it's because she just wants to be here by herself. She doesn't want anyone above her. She doesn't want anyone to live here. I think she will literally drive out anybody that lives here. I don't think it's personal. I think it's literally just like, I don't like you. You are at the end of your life. You are literally in like the golden years of your life, and this is what you're choosing to spend your energy on. I know, a little ironic on my part. I'm sitting here filming a whole video about this, but girl, get well soon. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this story time today. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have a whole playlist of crazy neighbor story times if you want to go check out the rest of them. I forget which side it's on. I think it's this side. You'll find it. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs, love you guys. Be kind to your neighbors. Live your life, girl. But you know, rosemary bush actually was a nice idea. Maybe I should do a video literally doing everything she told me to do. Bye! I don't even know what to call this video. My crazy neighbor wants me to renovate my house with live footage.